heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer, my redeemer. He asked life of you, you gave it to him, length of days forever and ever. His glory is great through your salvation. Splendor and majesty you bestow on him, for you make him most blessed forever. You make him glad with the joy of your presence. Bow, 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 bow. For the King trusts in the Lord, and through the steadfast love of the Most High, he shall not be moved. He shall not.
Well, hey. As a good friend of mine in the chat says, he says, hey.
Yep.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Brad.
And I'm Krista.
With the Big Family Homestead. You know what? I know a lot of folks who struggle with the concept, the idea, the reality of significance.
Yeah.
What in the world am I even here for? Am I doing anything valuable? Does anybody even care? And I got to tell you, that is the topic of this afternoon. Feeling like you matter. And I don't want to give the spoiler away super just quick yet. But here's the short answer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do matter. Yes, there is a plan for you. Yes, you were created and unbelievably carefully made, exactly, perfectly, and beautifully, specifically to be the exact right person for the right time, period, end of story. So today, as you guys pop into the chat, this is a live stream, but as you pop into the chat, say hi, give us a thumbs up. It does help the whole YouTube thingamabobber. And don't forget to make a comment of some kind. Are you okay there? She's getting ready to pass out.
No.
She's got an inner ear problem. She's going to fall over.
I'm having an issue with a nerve in my shoulder.
It's right here. Hey,
and so if I stretch it out like this, it won't tighten up.
You're on my last nerve. What are you, for real?
Yes, for real. It's like, you know, how your neck will just like seize up.
Hi, I'm Brad.
And
No. Go back.
And I'm Krista.
Broadcasting live from the Titanic.
How funny.
No?
I shouldn't laugh.
Why? They're not complaining. We won't get a whole lot of hate
I'm sorry.
mail from that.
I did not mean to distract. I just couldn't help it. It was either do this or my neck season pain. So
Or I could do like this. You do the other way.
Okay, there we go.
So, hey guys, let's talk
Never a
about
dull moment.
let's talk about significance. You matter.
You stop.
What?
Like carbon, we all matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal, guys. I know that a lot of folks this time of year struggle with different, loneliness,
Anxiety.
loss,
Yeah.
and there's a big struggle that a lot of people don't address. That I personally struggle with this from time to time. Is feeling like, am I doing anything that's of value to my family and myself and my community, and am I being obedient to my higher power, which is a funny way to say it, but
Yeah.
to God?
Right.
Am I being faithful to that? And I struggle with that. And so today, the big answer is reason number one. You ready? Reason number one why you are significant and you do matter and you do have purpose if you will choose to embrace it. Lisa struggles with it too.
Yeah.
How many of you guys do struggle with it? Because I do. Do you?
From on occasion, I do. I'm like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing, with kids or life, and you and I go in life, we are going the same direction. We're not off in, two different lands. But do I have purpose? Am I being the proper helpmate for you? Am I helping the kids properly? That kind of thing. So I do from time to time.
So, but now backing up though, because you said we're coming at this from two different lands. What do you mean by that?
No, I said we're not coming at this from two different directions.
Okay.
You and I are going in the same direction as we help each other through life.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I kind of got that. That's
Yes.
why I wanted to ask.
Because we know of some couples where they're going in two different directions.
Yeah.
They're not working together for the same common goal.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. First controversial that really is not controversial at all. Controversial, not controversial. This is not controversial, but because we live in a weird world.
How many times are you going to say that in a sentence?
People make it weird.
Yeah.
And that's this. You were created by a God who actually, truthfully, 100% loves you.
Absolutely.
And has made you intentionally. You are made in the image of God. And right there, that's enough right there to live a life that is fulfilled and happy and can reflect amazing love in life. And if you're wondering, well, how do I know the proof of that? Well, just crack open a Bible, folks. Crack open a Bible. Find some folks who love God. Notice how I didn't say go to church, because not everybody, sadly. But crack open a Bible. It's basically a gigantic love letter to humanity and specifically you. So there was a time when I was traveling a lot. I was in a Christian music band group, rock group, Christian, jumping around for Jesus, right? And but Mom was stuck at home for a long time with
stuck.
Hold on, and
I
then
don't like that term.
Well, then I'll be quiet here.
Okay.
But just I got to set the table so they understand.
Sure.
I was gone a lot, sometimes 160 days a year gone.
Longer than that.
For several years.
Yeah.
But it was ministry. And you had little kids at home, and I was worried whether or not you just felt like it wasn't valuable.
Oh no, I did occasionally felt like, oh, man, I really wish I could get to go, and visit these places. But what I knew, sorry, I had a frog in my throat. I knew what I was doing was supporting you in your ministry and raising raising kids. That I knew that I was there for a reason. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything bigger. I didn't feel like, occasionally, yeah, I would like to have gone on some of the trips, like when you went to Rome. That would have been awesome.
I would have wanted
But
that too.
but you can't really, it's not easy to take a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old to Rome. I can't imagine that being easy.
All the while,
So
I have to do work every day.
exactly. So what would I have been doing? Sitting around in a hotel. Would that be a good stewardship of the money that they were earning? No. So it was better to stay at home and care for the kids. So, and at that point, you were actually gone for 4 months straight.
That was a rough one.
That was the hardest one.
That was a rough one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, though, if you don't know this, I have a very big burden and appreciation for our service members and men and women.
Yeah.
And anybody who served, because like being in a band, that's nothing compared to a deployment or being put in harm's way. It's
Yeah.
nothing like
Right.
that. And I understand that even though it was no fun for me, I can really, really appreciate the hardships
Yeah.
and sacrifice.
Yeah.
And we're very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we
but
just spoke to a gentleman at a funeral last week at our church, and he was in the Navy.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And
Yeah.
he was on the ship for 3 years,
Straight. I
and
mean, he got to come home for little bits.
right. But he would get to take leave, but he was on this ship for 3 whole years. And he was saying the cots are 3 high and 6 across, I think, or
Yes.
9 across. And that's just, I can't even imagine.
So I don't have room to complain.
No.
But
No.
one of my concerns was when we got into this ministry, I always wanted to make sure that we both were feeling like this is our ministry,
Yeah.
even though I am on stage.
Right.
If she wasn't with me on this, none of it was
Oh.
going to work.
No, because if there were strife at home, with, well, why do you have to be doing this? Why are you gone so long? And that would just make it 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thing one, you are made in the image and likeness of God, the creator of all things.
Mhm.
So when you look around and you see a beautiful ocean or a sunset or a forest or snow or a laughing baby, remember that he who made all of that, he also made you. And that brings me to point number 2. You were specifically made exactly how he wanted you, warts and all.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, there have been many, many times I've struggled with, why do I have this hardship or this block in my mind where it took me so long to get past this, this, and this, and this, when in reality, I was being prepared to help other people get through it the same as I was having to get through it. But now God won't leave you. He'll never forsake you. And he was bringing me through. And so on the other side of that, I was uniquely able to help other people. You guys know what I'm talking about? How many of you guys have been through something so horrible that you know that there are issues and things about that only somebody who's gone through it can understand?
you.
For example, having a sick baby. We lost one baby at one point, Thomas, and
then Grace was born shortly after.
So there was a lot of challenges, but if somebody hasn't been through that, I'm not saying that you can't sympathize with us, but
Right.
unless you've gone through it, there are things about it
Understand.
you just don't get it.
You won't understand. And you can still be there for those folks. And you don't even have to say anything. Just be there for them. But if you have gone through it, Like there's a gal, she's not in here today, but preemie mom to twins. She knows the struggles that we went through, and I know the struggles that she went through when our children were born. And it's not for everyone to be able. It's not for, I shouldn't say not for everyone. Not everyone can understand it. You can sympathize, you can empathize, but to truly understand what somebody's going through, seeing your child hooked up to, hundreds of tubes and wires and, in this plastic box,
Breathing by a machine.
breathing with a machine, you just don't understand the feelings that they're having.
Well, and it was so hard that when we were in the NICU with Grace, you'd go into this tiny little room and there would be 8 pods, like plastic pods that these babies are in, protective, and wires coming in and all the machines beeping and stuff. And what was so hard was
you go in there one day
and the baby's there.
The next day they're not. And they didn't go home.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't go to their earthly home, to say that. Yeah.
And so the thing is that if you haven't lived through that, unfortunately, it's not fun. But the cool thing is that God can take even an experience that crappy and turn it into something amazing and beautiful if we'll allow him to use this pain that we've gone through to help other people.
Yeah.
And that is awesome. So even though we all have things we wish were different, oh boy, I wish I had more money in the bank. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. I wish I didn't weigh 5 gazillion pounds. I wish I had this, But God can take every one of those issues and flip it on its ear and turn it into something beautiful if we're just willing to help other folks out.
Absolutely.
Significance. Here's another part of this. I don't know how many of you guys are stuck at home, or maybe you're a little bit older. I don't know that. But I'm here to tell you that there is no expiration date when it comes to being used by God if you will allow it. Whether you're a shut-in, whether you're a homesteader, whether you are on a farm or in a hospital, God still can use you if you will just allow him to use you.
Absolutely.
It didn't matter if you were at home watching babies. God was still growing in you and in them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have to, like you said, you don't have to go places to be able to impact others' lives. There's card ministries, phone calls, and with the modern technology, Instacart is a wonderful thing.
What do you mean?
Well, because if there's a family who is in need.
Oh, help them out.
Yeah, Instacart. In lots of bigger cities, they deliver the groceries. That's a huge deal. I mean, that's amazing. Before it was, you actually have to go to the store and, buy the groceries and then drop them off at their house. Now you can do it anonymously.
Yeah. You know what? And that's the thing, guys, that if you can envision it, you were made fearfully and wonderfully in the image of God and in the likeness of God. And he has done everything to bring you home through Jesus. Mm-hmm. He is that perfect sacrifice. Yep. And I got to say, you are the square peg for the square hole. You are the round peg for the round hole. You're the perfect tool for the right job if we'll just allow him to work in us and do that with us. Let's grab some comments, Mom.
I can't read Steve's comment.
Why not?
Because I'll start to cry.
Let's see which one.
Oh, Judy, that's awesome. The one that about his wife.
Okay, it says here, my wife had a miscarriage almost 17 years ago, and it still gets me time to time. Yeah, you get to see that baby again soon.
Yep.
Yeah. Our soul also has no expiration date. Consider your path. Excellent
Right,
point. It's
right.
true. We all live forever.
Right.
It's
Judy.
just either here or there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Judy says, I call shut-ins and send cards. That's great. That's wonderful.
You know, other things you could do. Go to the hospitals with vets.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or nursing homes.
Nursing homes.
You know? Yeah.
We used to go and play Christmas carols at nursing homes.
So
I don't know if I want to tell them.
tell them.
Okay, there's a funny story. One time my band was playing Christmas carols for a nursing home. And it was just 3 guys. We had like a portable piano, and I had a portable electric saxophone thing, and then one acoustic guitar player. And all I did was play the melody line on the saxophone, and our piano player, he was the one that did the singing
And the talking.
And the talking.
Mhm.
Well, we get done with this show. It was, like half-hour show or 45 minutes, whatever it was. And this, tiny little woman comes up, and she's got her cane. She sticks it right in my face. And she says, they are Christmas hymns. They are not Christmas songs. And if you say that one more time, I'm going to knock you. And
He didn't even say a word.
I just said, yes, ma'am. I didn't know what to do. I was getting ready to get taken out by an 80-year-old woman with a cane. And I didn't even say anything wrong.
No, you didn't say anything. The other guy was the one that was talking.
It's funny.
Yeah. My goodness.
So anyway, I just want you guys to be encouraged that the God who made everything loves you. Don't forget it. Don't feel like just because the circumstances here are not the greatest in that what you may want, that he's forgotten you somehow, because he hasn't. It's we who push him away. So don't.
Don't do it.
In the words of our president.
Just don't.
No, it's one word.
Oh, sorry. Don't.
Don't. Don't. It's funny. It's just a quote.
Lots of things.
It's a quote.
Lots of things.
You can
that I
fill
really
in the
can't
blank.
go into detail about. So it's
Don't. We haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's well.
Yeah.
We should pray for him.
should.
Anyway, you guys have an awesome and blessed day. And hopefully we'll come back and chat with you soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
The Lord is my light and my salvation.